Hi guys, welcome to this edition of A Beginner's Guide to Triathlon Equipment. So in this series of videos we're looking at possibly every piece of equipment that you could use in triathlon and asking a number of questions. What is it? What does it do? Do I need it? And when do you use it as well? This week we're specifically looking at GPS watches. And this is a Garmin, but this is a multi-sport watch. So as well as swim, bike, run, is a whole multitude of other sports that it offers. But I'm interested in the swim, bike, run element. This will allow me to clock my swimming indoors and outdoors. So it uses a GPS signal for swimming and cycling and running outdoors. And then in the pool, after you've told it how long the pool is, it'll work out every turn and work out the distance that you've done. So really good pieces of kit. You don't need them. So there's the first question answered. Do I need it? No, you don't. Sometimes a simple stopwatch, whether it be on a wristwatch or a stopwatch that you have in your hand, and working out the distance that you've done, whether that's counting the number of laps you're doing in a pool, using something like Map My Run or Strava to map a distance for a swim or for a bike or a run, will allow you to give you your distance over time, giving you your pace. What that sort of method doesn't allow for is every time you stop to have a break, and it doesn't clock things like your heart rate and give you a true reflection of your pace. So I will say with these watches that I personally probably don't use it 90% of the functions on there. So they can be really useful pieces of kit, but there's a fine line between being bogged down with data and using it for its full potential. And you probably never use it for the full potential. But what I'm trying to say is fine line between too much data and possibly not using enough data. So it all depends on you as an individual. It all depends on your goals. It all depends on where you're trying to get to. As a beginner, these are brilliant pieces of kit, but sometimes you become too reliant on, or am I going fast enough? Or my heart rate is too low, or my heart rate is too high. And depending on the type of methods that you're using for training, something like a heart rate monitor will allow you to monitor, whether you should be in a specific zone to work out. That's a topic for a different day or for a different video, but these are useful. I would suggest getting one. Don't have to get one of the really expensive ones, and you don't need to get a multi-sport one, but something that will at least allow you to help with your running, possibly even your cycling. Now, some people do ask me, do I need a GPS watch and a GPS computer on my bike? No, sometimes these watches come with a mount which allow you to wear to attach it to your bike, to sit in front of you, so you can see distance, time, etc, etc. So you don't need it. It is just handy when it comes to race day. Something like one of these watches is really useful because you can switch it on for the swim. You can then change activity for the bike leg, and you can change activity for the run leg, and it gives you a sort of true representation of your pace and your effort level, because often within a race scenario, people will tend to go a little bit quicker than maybe they would have wanted to, only to fatigue later in the race. So useful piece of kit, will allow you to monitor your effort and where you are in a particular session or race, but you don't need it if you don't want it. So a lot of people will run on feel, and a lot of people will know the distances and the routes that they're doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. So there you go, guys. Just a really quick video on GPS watches, what they're used for, do you need them, and possibly how to get the best out of it. There's probably a more detailed video further down the line to really look at the functionality of these, but for today, just a very brief overview. Cheers on.